magical. And the practitioners of the magical arts these days are Madison Avenue, for example, where, the bottom line rests on how you can shove these images into people's minds and get them to stay there. And I don't know, if you leaf through these pretentious high-end fashion magazines with the snarling ambisexual models and all that, you realize that the more jarringly it presents itself as a non sequitur, the longer you tend to linger over the ad, asking yourself the question, why would a French perfume associate itself with a pig in an automobile accident? And which is precisely what you're supposed to be asking yourself. I mean, if they gave you a woman in an evening dress with a floral overlay, this is not going to stick very long. So, and it's up to us as citizens of these quasi-magical societies to ever keep educating ourselves in front of those who would seek to control us. It's a push, it's a bootstrapping process. If you're interested in the history of Renaissance occult thinking, there's a wonderful world of scholarship and beautiful writing. I'm thinking especially of Dame Frances Yates, who wrote such books as The Art of Memory, Giordano Bruno and the Hermetic Tradition, Magic and Mystery in the Late Plays of Shakespeare, so forth and so on. Because those are the people I relate to. That's the legacy I look back on. And I'll say something about this, actually, just because I will. A lot of times people send me email and they want to know, what do you think of Aleister Crowley? What do you think of Madame Blavatsky? And I realize there's a great interest and hunger out there in the psychedelic demographic for this occult information. And what I always write back, and usually to the disappointment of my interlocutors, is that I think magic was pretty trivial after Eliphas Levi, after the mid-19th century or even before. And it's just a failure of people's education. If you're interested in great magicians, you should know that Aleister Crowley is late derivative and not tapped into the main vein. It's no fault of his, it's just his position in historical time. But if you go back to Marcello Ficino and Trithemius, Bishop of Sponheim, Henry Cornelius Agrippa von Nettelsheim, Paracelsus, John Dee, Edward Kelly, Robert Flood, you see the great watershed in in the development of the European mind in the past 500 years is the 30 Years' War, which in America, people don't even know, it's called in America the Protestant Reformation.